All right, good evening, Vanessa. Thank you for coming in today. So today we'll be discussing your muscular fitness. Um, Most people take your weight and your BMI, which we have, and while that is good and it can be a good indication of your fitness level and cardiovascular level, what we really want to pay attention to, because you are an active individual who has quite amount of experience in resistance training and overall exercise. We really want to pay attention to the body fat percentage, because the BMI and weight can be misleading. If you have lots of muscle mass and small amount of fat, you can technically be overweight but still be healthy, right? You can have a high BMI but still be healthy just because you have a lot of muscle mass, right? So take me, for example. I was once applying to be in the military, and I told them that I had weighed 190 pounds. And for them, that was too high. They wanted me to be in the 180 to 185 range. Now, I didn't have a lot of body fat. I was lifting a lot of weights, and I gained some muscle mass. That caused me to gain some weight. And that doesn't mean that I was unhealthy, right? I just had a lot of muscle mass. And so that is the reason why weight and BMI can be quite misleading sometimes. So I like to pay attention to the body fat percentage, because that'll be a clear indication of how at risk you are for certain diseases, and gives us a good starting point, right? So the tests that I had you complete were the push-up test and the leg press 3-rep max. Now, the reason why I had you participate in the push-up test is to measure how fit your upper body muscles were in terms of endurance, how many push-ups you were able to do in a certain amount of time. That will give us good indication of how fit your muscles are in terms of being able to continuously rep out and exercise um, for the maximum number of times you can in a certain amount of time. All right, and then we have the leg press 3-rep max, which is a strength measurement here. So we're limiting the amount of reps that you do to determine how much weight you can actually push with your legs, right? Another reason why I had you participate in those two is because you were pretty familiar with push-ups, right? You had done push-ups before, not really the bench press or pull-up or things like that, right? You were familiar with the push-up, and then you also were familiar with the leg press machine, which you had incorporated into your workouts on a regular, right? So from your results, we see that you had done 13 push-ups, which is in the fair category, right? So it goes up to 14 in the fair category, so you're at the higher end of that range, but we would definitely like you to, go over that 14 mark to get into the good range, right? And then you were able to do 90 pounds, which is, we're not counting the actual leg press machine. We're just talking about the weights on the side. You had a 45-pound weight on each side, and you were able to do that 3 times, right? And that was the maximum weight that you could do with that. We'd also like to have that number go up, right? You can never be too strong, in my opinion, and 90 pounds is decent, right? It's decent, but we definitely have room to improve on that end, right? So I would recommend that you participate in a resistance training program 2 to 3 times a week. I can help you formulate that if you would like me to, and incorporating the progressive overload philosophy to ensure that we're gaining muscle and increasing strength at a healthy rate and getting to the numbers that we want to get to. Right, so basically the progressive overload philosophy is just making sure that you are not maintaining the same weight or the same number of reps that you're doing for an exercise, and increasing that number of weight or reps over time, right? And you don't want to do it too fast, too slow, right? You want to do it at a good pace. I recommend 2.5-pound increase per week, if possible, on any exercise that you do. And that'll definitely help you grow strength and muscle size over time. All right, so that is pretty much all I have for you today, Vanessa. Once again, thank you for coming in, and I hope to see you again, all right, and work with you.